Good morning to all. I am Dr. Gundiva Vishwanath, Assistant Professor of Chemistry, Government First Grade College, Kyapuram, Bangalore. Today I am going to discuss about 17th session of Biochemistry. It is a paper 8 and which belongs to nucleic acids of 6th semester BSc. In this session, I am going to discuss about Chargaff's rules for base equivalence, then the meaning of polynucleotides, partial structure of polynucleotides, then goes to there is a secure or about there is a structure of DNA by using Watson and Crick model, and last one is the structure of that is a RNA. These I have to discuss one by one in this session. Now come to that is a Chargaff rules, Irving Chargaff's rule for base equivalence. Now we know that bases are nothing but two types here. Nitrogenous bases, it is a heterocyclic nitrogenous bases are two types actually. One is called as a purine bases, another one is called as a pyrimidine bases. Okay, a purine quantity, there is a purine moiety will be present in that compound, and they are mainly that is a adenine and guanine, and pyrimidine moiety present in the structure of that compound, that is called as a pyrimidine bases, and therefore namely here thymine, cytosine, along with that is a uracil. But uracil is not present in the DNA. Okay, therefore thymine and cytosine is taken here. Therefore, according to Chargaff, Irving Chargaff is the biochemist, and he discovered there is a base equivalence rule. Base means nothing but these bases, nitrogenous bases, when they are equal to each other, they are equal in one aspect that can be explained in the form of base equivalence. He say that this rule says that in all species of DNA, the number of adenine residues is equal to the number of thymine. A equal to T. This is the one equation. And the number of guanine residues is always equal to that is the cytosine. Therefore, G equal to C. This is the another equation. And this rule is called that is the Irving Chargaff rule of base equivalence. Mathematically, we can say that is the here two equations I got here. A equal to T, this is the adenine equal to thymine. This is called equation number 1. And guanine equal to cytosine, it is called equation number 2. Then combined equation 1 and 2, then we will get that is this equation. A plus G, left hand sides you have to quantity add with left side, and right hand quantity add to the right side. Therefore, A plus G equal to C plus T. Then this is we can transfer this, we will get that is A plus G divided by C plus T, and this is nearly equal. It is not equal actually, it is nearly equal to 1. Therefore, this indicates as a Irving Chargaff rule for base equivalence. Okay, therefore we say that any species DNA, in all species of DNA, the adenine is equal to thymine, number of adenine equal to number of thymine molecules, and number of guanine equal to number of cytosine molecules. And such that is the rule is called as the Irving Chargaff rule. For example, for more explanation, in shift, A is adenine. Adenine is equal to number of adenine is equal to 29.3 value, and guanine equal to 21.4. Cytosine is nothing but 21.0, and thymine equal to 28.3. Then, according to Chargaff rule, we can write that is the A plus G equal to C plus T. Therefore, A is nothing but you have to put that is substitute value this in this equation, or this can also be used another equation. A plus G just transferring to this side. Okay, A plus G divided by C plus T, and that equal to became 1. Okay, now here 29.3 that is adenine, and guanine is 21.4 equal to cytosine is 21.0, and thymine is equal to 28.3. After adding on, there is this is became a 50.7 50.7, and this is the equal to that is 49.3, and these are the 50.7 is nearly very near to that is a 49.3. Therefore, this is the called as a base equivalence. Equivalence is not exactly equal, but is nearly equal. Therefore, we say that here, the after adding that is 50.7 divided by 49.7, it became a nearly 1.0 something. 1.00 or 0 something, and that 0.01 or whatever may be, that will be negligible, and therefore it is 1, therefore it is equivalent to 1. Therefore, we say that according to Chargaff rule, the any species of DNA, adenine is equal to that is a thymine, and guanine equal to that is a cytosine, and this is called that is a Irving-Chargaff rule. Now next come to that is a polynucleotides. I have already explained about in previous year, there is nucleosides, then nucleotides I have already explained, then polynucleotides. Now coming there is a polynucleotide. The polymer of that is nucleotide is nothing but polynucleotide. Simple. Now nucleotides I have already told in which a component which contains that is the bases, nitrogenous bases like that is adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine, and uracil, along with pentose sugar, that is a deoxyribose, that is a 2-deoxyribose, or that is a ribose, that is a pentose sugar, along with phosphate group, monophosphate or biphosphate or anywhere, that is a phosphate group. Therefore, combination of that is a base, sugar, and that is phosphate group, that is called as a nucleotides. Okay. Now, polynucleotides means when this is the one molecule means it contain one nucleotide means it contains base, should be pentose, sugar, then phosphate. When this molecule one is repeatedly joined together, then it is a dimer. It forms that is a dinucleotide. Dinucleotide. Di means that is a two. Dinucleotide in which it forms that is a diester bond will form. When two nucleotides are combined with each other, the phosphate group will be center. There is a phosphoryl group, and there is a ester group will be there, and therefore diester bond will be formed. Therefore, we say that polynucleotides means the number, more number, n number of nucleotides joined together and to form that is a long chain structure having high molecular mass, and that is called as a diester bond will be formed by through a linkage of a diester bond. The partial structure of polynucleotide can be represented below here. Here, say there is this is the one molecule. This is the one molecule means this is the one nucleotide, and I say there is another nucleotide will be here. Here another nucleotide, and for this is the another nucleotide. I am not taken. I am not written here actually. Just it is again one more. It will be undergoing joining. What happened here? When this is the base, no base pentose sugar. This is the this molecule, and here this OH group combined with there is another OH, there is a phosphoryl group, and it forms there is a ester bond. Here phosphoryl. This is the that is a what is that? Ester bond. This is the say it is a ester bond, and it is a ester bond. Therefore, we say that it is a diester bond is formed. Therefore, when two molecules are combined to each other to form diester bond will be formed. Diester bond. Then there is a suppose n number of molecules are joined together, the n number of diester bonds will be formed. That is called as a diester linkage also used then. Therefore, in a polynucleotide, C prime of the pentose sugar, C prime of the pentose sugar means 1 prime, 2 prime, that is it is indicated as a numbering for the pentose sugar. That is a ribose, or there is a deoxyribose. We are numbering, okay. And 1, 2, 3 we are numbering for the nitrogenous bases. That is like adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine, and uracil, okay. And phosphate will be only there is a single molecule will be there. That is the numbering is not necessary. Here in a polynucleotide, C prime of the pentose sugar is linked with the we linked with the C prime or C, that is a C prime of the 5 pentose sugar. It is a 5 pentose sugar. Here what happened here? Actually, no, here, actually, this is the group will be formed now. Here, this is the pentose sugar here. It is pentose sugar, and this is the pentose sugar, and diester bond will be formed with adjacent nucleotide through a phosphodiester linkage. Therefore, nucleic acid are a polymers containing very large number of nucleotides in specific sequence. RNA can be regarded as a polyribonucleotides, and DNA is called as a polydeoxyribonucleotide. Here, two type of the linkage there based on the uh, pentose sugar. Pentose sugar either maybe there is a ribose nucleic acid, ribonucleotide, and therefore pentose is ribose, then it is became a polyribonucleotide, and it is regarded in RNA only. And in DNA, no, the pentose sugar should be a deoxyribo, no, deoxyribonucleotide will be there, and therefore it is called as a polydeoxyribonucleotide will be formed. Now, here segments of the RNA and DNA I quote here. What happened here? This is the, just see here, just this is the nitro A is nothing but adenine sequence. Adenine, I take there is a one molecule. This is the nucleotide. It is a OH group will be here. Okay, I will explain. That is a clearly here. This is the adenine nitrogen spaces here. This is the adenine, and this is the H will be there. This is the in DNA. This is actually DNA because the polydeoxyribonucleotide means DNA. So in DNA, the polydeoxyribonucleotide will be possible, and RNA, that is a polyribonucleotide will be possible because in the sugars are different here. Pentose sugars are different. It is only ribose. Ribose will be takes place, but here the deoxyribose will be takes place. Okay. Therefore, deoxyribose means that the numbering should be, it is a 1 prime, this is the 2 prime, this is the 3 prime, 4 prime, 5 prime. Okay. This is the 5 prime CH2OH. Okay. So 5 prime, this is the carbon atom 5 prime, and therefore this is the 5 prime end. It is a, we say there is a phosphate group end, there is a 5 prime end. Here, adenine is here, and this is the 1 prime, this is the 2 prime and 3 prime. At 3 prime, the OH group will be there. That combined with that is a 5 prime of that is a another, that is the guanine molecule. That is a guanine, that is a nucleotide. Along with that is a nucleotide with having a base is guanine. Therefore, here phosphate group will be there. It will be combined, and therefore it says there is a this molecule. This is called as a diester bond. This will be called as a diester bond. This is the dinucleotide. Actually, this is the nucleotide. This is the nucleotide. When it is combined with the two nucleotide, it is a dinucleotide will be formed, and that is a diester phosphate diester bond will be formed. This is the diester bond. Now, similarly, again here, adenine is molecule, then guanine, then cytosine. Cytosine is the base here, and pentose sugar is the remain, and pentose sugar, that is the 5 prime combined with that, that is a here the guanine of that is a 2 prime combined with that is a 5 prime of cytosine, and then the thymine is nothing but combined with that is a 5 prime of thymine, and the interaction between the bond, the diester bond will be formed between that is a cytosine of 3 prime, and therefore here in adenine there is a 5 prime end is a free here, and here last the thymine is the 3 prime end will be a free here, and here all of that is the diester bond will be formed, and this sequence will be a segment will be takes place, that is a polynucleotide. Therefore, in the DNA molecules, this structure will be formed, that is adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. It is a bases will be there. That is it is called as a adeno. That is a nucleotides. Adenine, that is a nucleotide. That is a guanine having a nucleotide. cytosine having a nucleotide and thymine having a, this is the nucleotide. Now similarly, these segments come to, there is the RNA. Again similar to that one, there is no change, only that is the ribose sugar will be changes. Here ribose will be there, here deoxyribose will be there, and everything will be same. There is adenine, there is a 5 prime end will be a remains, that is uncombined, it is a free one end, free prime, that is a 5 prime, and therefore the sequence will takes place from 5 prime to 3 prime. We say that is always we are, there is a combination will be takes place, flowing, there is a combination of, there is a polymeric unit or joining of the nucleotides will be takes place in polynucleotide in 5 prime to 3 prime. The 5 prime arrow mark towards, that is 3, means 5 to 3 means it is the takes place. The 5 prime end and 3 prime end. Here the 5 prime end is the free. There is a no, it is a bond, it is a condensed with other. Here, but adenine, that is a here 3 prime of, that is a hydroxy group combined with, there is a 5 prime of the hydroxy group, and this is the, it is the primary alcohol, and this is the nothing but it is secondary alcohol, and two, this is combining 3 prime and 5 prime. The interaction between, that is a 3 prime and 5 prime, and therefore a water molecule is liberated, and ester bond will be a takes place. Ester bond will be a, it is a diester bond will be formed. Similarly here again diester bond will be formed. Here guanine and cytosine having this, and uracil will be remains here, because the component of RNA is adenine, guanine, cytosine and uracil, whereas component of the DNA is nothing but adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine. These are the two segments of, that is the RNA and DNA, or DNA or RNA we can say here. Now come to, that is a Watson and Crick model of structure of DNA. Here Watson and Crick know, the biochemist, they explain the structure of DNA by using a, that is a model, that is the DNA structure explained using the following points. Now first point goes to DNA molecule consists of 2 deoxyribonucleotide. DNA molecule consists of 2 deoxyribonucleotide chains coiled around a common axis to form a right-handed double helix. The helix resembles a twisted ladder. Ladder is nothing but just that is suppose boating, no? Boating to sweep the, or to push the water, or to push the boat towards the any direction, means the laddering is takes place. We are adding, we pushed the ladder in water, and that is a shift, that is a pushing the water molecule, like that, no? Ladder, just like a ladder it will be takes place. Therefore the DNA molecule consists of 2 deoxyribonucleotides chains coiled around a common axis, because here two deoxyribonucleotide chain will be there, and here common axis one will be there. From the right handed sides, double helix, one is this, another one is another. Therefore a 2 common, that is the chains will be there, and center, that is a common axis will be there, that is called as a, resembles as a helix, resembles to the a twisted ladder. Twisted ladder means just it is a twist, it is just like a overlapping, it is a one ladder, it is just one over the other, that is called as a twisted ladder. And second one is the 2 strands. 2 strands means one is one chain, another one chain, another chain, that is called as strands. Strands means one is one chain, and another chain, that is called as another segment. That is segments, or we say that is chain, no? That is the 2 chains are anti-parallel. One is up direction, another will be a down direction. They cannot be work at the same direction, but one will be a opposite direction, that is anti-spinning, no? Like one is up, another one is down, that is called as anti-parallel manner. Therefore the 5 prime end of the one strand is paired with the 3 prime end, means the 5 prime to 3 prime end. The one strand will be a start with begin 5 and end with 3, and in the other end, no, In anti-parallel manner, what happened here? The start with 3 prime and end with that is a 5 prime, and therefore it is called as anti-parallel. The anti-parallel orientation facilitates the formation of hydrogen bond. Due to the having a anti-parallel manner, no, the orientation will be takes place, and a interaction between that is the two anti-parallel chains and using a hydrogen bond with the nitrogenous base that are takes place oriented towards the interior rays. Therefore, first strand will be a 5 prime to 3 end, and another one will be it is going from that is a 5 to 3 end, means top to bottom. Another will be goes to that is a bottom to top. That is a we say that is a 3 prime to 5 prime. That is a just like 5 prime to 3 prime. It is a exactly a reverse one. Therefore, the hydrophilic sugar phosphate backbone is on the outside of the dihelix. Just I say that is a here. This will be a just here. One will be here. This is the 5 prime. This is goes to that is 5 prime to that is a 3 prime end. Okay. This will becomes that is a 5 prime to this is, and this is the group. Okay, and this is the twisted manner. Twisted means it is go and that is the front and back. This is the twisting. Okay, just like the two threading is that is making that is a one big thread by just a twisting one over the rolling one over the other. We will get that is a twisting. Okay, twisting. Therefore, it is a 5 prime to that is a 3 prime. Then another one we start with that is a 5 prime to 3 prime. It is will takes place this right direction. Due to this, no, it facilitated. Why there is a opposite direction? The guanine and cytosine. These are the we say there is a nitrogenous bases. No, that is guanine to cytosine. That is the ratio. It is combining, and adenine to thymine. It is the combining, and therefore interaction will be takes place. Interaction will be takes place by using a hydrogen bond. Hydrogen bond. Therefore, we say that is a sugar phosphate bond. That is a backbone will be takes place, and this is the base pairing will be takes place. And here, this bond, the interaction between that is hydrogen, that is guanine and cytosine. In between, because of that is a hydrogen bonding will be formed. The attraction between hydrogen bond will be takes place, and the two molecules are hold together. And this is the say that is it is the backbone. The phosphate diester it is became a backbone, and it is there is a group, there is a major group. It is come there is a suppose two the distance between the two there, no, this is the minor group and it is a major group. We can be explained. Now here similar to this is I can say there is a same molecule, there is a cytosine here. This is guanine, thymine will be there, and this is the adenine and the cytosine and guanine. When it is combined, no, 5 prime to 3 prime, it is the 5 prime to 3 prime it is going, and this is the 5 prime to 3 prime will be going. Therefore, 5 prime to 3 prime it is going this like, there is cytosine, guanine and thymine like that. It is an interaction with there is a guanine, cytosine, adenine. Therefore, here hydrogen bonding will be takes place, here hydrogen bonding will be takes place, here hydrogen bonding will be takes place, and this is the phosphate group, no, here phosphate group. Straight chain group will be there, here straight chain group will be there, here straight chain group will be there, here straight chain. It becomes a backbone of that is a both that is a helical structure, both the base pairs. Therefore, the phosphate group, no, sugar phosphate group. So sugar, this is the sugar is center and phosphate, and that is guanine here. That is just like a sideway. Therefore, it became a straight. This is the backbone of that is a DNA or RNA. It is a takes place. Therefore, I am explaining here. Just I told though. Therefore, orientation towards the interior of the helix, 5 prime to 3 prime and 5 prime towards the 3 prime end. Okay. The hydrophilic sugars. Hydrophilic means it is an interaction with the hydrogen or water molecules, whatever may be. The hydrophilic. Hydrophilic means it is a hydrogen loving or water loving. Okay, like that. No. Therefore, hydrophilic sugar phosphate backbone is on the outside of the double helix, where the hydrophobic means it is a water hatering molecules. It cannot be, and that will be bases actually. Sugars are nothing but it is the water soluble. So that I already told in the previous class in carbohydrates also. The sugars are that is a hydrochloric because it is a water loving and it is a soluble in water. Whereas nitrogenous bases, no, these are the water insoluble. They are called as the hydrophobic bases. Therefore, hydrophilic sugars are phosphate backbones. It became outside the double helix, whereas the hydrophobic bases are stacked. Stacked means just that is it is a hanging inside and perpendicular to the axis of the helix. Perpendicular to the axis of the helix like that, and the two strands are held together by a specific base pairing. Specific base pairing. It is base pairing is very important, and that will be takes adenine always condensed with the thymine, or it is a base pairing with that is thymine, and guanine is always pairing with that is cytosine. In say that is an adenine residue is one strand is paired with the thymine. I already told in one strand, and other strand similarly guanine is one strand is paired with that is cytosine of other. Means here one strand will be there, adenine will be there, another one will be thymine will be there. No, it is the interaction because it is anti-parallel manner. No, therefore due to having the anti-parallel orientation, they combine with each other or they interact with each other and they give that is a backbone structure. Then the base pairing occurs through a hydrogen bonds. Okay, the adenine to guanine and that is a adenine to thymine and guanine to cytosine, that will be bond interaction will be takes place. There are two hydrogen bonds between the adenine and thymine, and three bonds are between that is the cytosine and guanine. You have to keep in mind adenine and thymine. No, it bond between that is the hydrogen, two hydrogen bonds. These are the hold together by using a two bonds, two hydrogen bonds at a time. Two molecules hold by using a two hydrogen bond like a double bonds. And he whereas in guanine and cytosine they are joining with there is a three hydrogen bonds like a triple bond. Okay, that will be I will show in figure. Okay, next fifth point goes to the DNA double helix is stabilized by hydrogen bond. Why it is a molecule is stabilized? Because of hydrogen, extra bonding hydrogen bonding will be there, specific with base pairing also by the hydrophobic interaction among these bases. Hydrophobic interaction with there is a non-polar to non-polar, bases to bases, and a specific pairing which takes place, and therefore the molecule or DNA molecules are stabilized. Why it is stabilized means due to having a hydrogen bonding with a specific base pairing. Next, the sixth one is the distance between two successive base. Two successive base means say that is a thymine, two successive base is always that is a 0.34 nanometer, and the 10 base pairs and 10 base pairs are present in each complete turn of the helix. Actually, the 10 base pair successive and it is the two base sequences will takes place 0.34. When it is a base sequence, base pairing will be 10 will be takes place. Then it is one helix that is a turns. It is becoming a one turn or one round will be takes place. One round it contains that is a 10 base pairings. Now what is mean by 1 meter length of the wire means wire or thread means it contains some distance. No, like that one rotation, one turn, one round, it contains that is a molecules of 10 base pairs. The diameter of the helix is that is about 2 nanometer. This is observed from that is a X-ray diffraction pattern. X-ray diffraction because the X-ray is studied in nanometer, that is the frequency, and therefore it is a matches with that is a nanometer of that is a distance that is a inter base pairing distance or whatever may be double helical that is a distance, and that can be explained, and by using a X-ray diffraction pattern we come to know that is the two that is successive base pairs distance is nothing but 0.34 nanometer, whereas there is a diameter between the two helix. The diameter between the two helix should be a 2 nanometer. And this is shown as here. Just there is a cytoguanine and cytosine. It can be just a three hydrogen bonds. We are saying that is the first one is first line indicate as the first hydrogen bond, second one is second hydrogen bond, and third one is third hydrogen bond. And similarly, we say that is a adenine to thymine. It contains only two bonding, two hydrogen bonds are present. Therefore, adenine to thymine it contains two, and guanine to cytosine having always that is a three hydrogen bonds are possible in this. And this is the one prime, this is the one parallel, that is the opposite direction, and interaction will takes place here. This is the about the structure of DNA. Now here I have already told there is a interaction, how it is a hydrogen bonding will takes place. This is the say that is a pyrimidine base, pyrimidine, thymine, and this is the nothing but guanine. Now hydrogen bond it is takes place here three. Two hydrogen bonds are, I already told, two hydrogen bonds are formed between the two molecules, that is the adenine and thymine is. Here hydrogen bond is nothing but a bond is formed between the hydrogen atom and with the one atom, one molecule with the a atom which having a more electronegative atom, and it under attraction will be takes place, that is called as a hydrogen bonding. They may force, that is hydrogen bond is nothing but simply a bond between the one molecule of the hydrogen which is already attached with the more electronegative atom, and another that is a electronegative atom present with the other molecule, and therefore either intermolecular hydrogen bonding will take place. Here two molecules are there, therefore intermolecular hydrogen bonding will take place. Here hydrogen atom and which is nitrogen is the more electronegative, and interaction will be between there. Therefore, one signal, that is the hydrogen bond will be formed. Here similarly oxygen atom will be there, and here hydrogen atom will be there. This hydrogen atom is already attached with the more electronegative atom, nitrogen atom. Okay, the bond will be formed. Hydrogen bond means the hydrogen bond which is already attached with the more electronegative atom, and that bond is participating in the formation of bond with the other more electronegative atom. Here oxygen is the more electronegative atom, and the bonding will be takes place. Here similarly, this nitrogen atom more electronegative atom, and this hydrogen, this is the bonding, but this hydrogen atom is already attached to the another hydrogen nitrogen atom. This is the more electronegative. Hence, the two hydrogen bonds are took place here. Now, similarly, in hydrogen bonding in thymine and that is a this is the hydrogen bonding which takes place in cytosine and guanine. Guanine or cytosine. Here, cytosine is the purine base, pyrimidine base, and purine base is guanine. Here, three molecules are comes here. When it is comes to the anti-parallel manner, they are comes near. These groups will be comes near, and this hydrogen group is interaction with this oxygen atom. A hydrogen bond will be formed. This hydrogen group is that is near to come, that is this nitrogen atom. This is another hydrogen atom, and this hydrogen atom is near come to, that is the interaction with other oxygen atom here, and therefore three, that is the hydrogen bonds are possible in the cytosine guanine or guanine cytosine interaction in the molecules. Therefore, these are the about, that is the structure of DNA. Now coming to that is the structure of RNA. The structure of ribonucleic acid. It is the ribonucleic acid that can be explained here. Like DNA, RNA is a long polynucleotide chain consisting of nucleotides linked by 3 prime to 5 prime. This is the first one is 5 prime to 3 prime will be there. Okay. In the DNA, always that is 5 prime, 5, start 5 and end with 3. Okay. Begin with 5 prime and end with 3 prime. But it is the exactly reverse one. That is it starts from, that is 3 prime to 5 prime and phosphodiester bonds. And it contains, that is the ribose is the sugar, but not a deoxyribose. Okay. However, they are smaller molecules. They are smaller molecule containing ribonucleotides ranging from as a few as 75 to several thousand, 75 to several thousand. These are molecule, that is a high molecular. The polynucleotides, no, these are combining. They have a less, few several thousands will be their molecular mass. The RNA molecule is less organized. DNA molecules are more organized, but here less organized than the DNA. However, present evidence indicate that RNA contains short double helical regions. Short, it is having a distance less. It is a short, that is the double helical regions, which are formed due to the folding back on self and due to the intramolecular complementary. Or there is a holding due to the intramolecular hydrogen bonding or intramolecular, there is a interaction. Here, this is the short ranging. Double helical, it is short region. One thread will be there, that will be folded the same. It is go and comes down. Means it is a interaction, that is a twisting will takes place, and therefore the interaction will takes place within the same strand, and it is a folding will takes place. Fold means it is going, and this is the fold means the same, that is edge of the same material will be comes over, and therefore folding will takes place. In this region, adenine pairs which uracil. Adenine pairs with uracil because this is the in the DNA molecule, that is in a RNA. Okay, and guanine is remains the cytosine. There is no change. Guanine to cytosine is remains same, but where DNA, no, adenine to thymine, whereas in RNA the base pairing is nothing but adenine with uracil. The rest of the molecule assumed as a random coil type of the structure. Random coil type of the structure. Therefore, it is a just it is takes place here. Now here just I have this is taken from there is a internet actually. This diagram is somewhat complicated to draw in the some here. This is the acceptor. This is the suppose one end. This is the one. This is the light variable, and this is the comes here. This is same strand will be come here. This is the starts from that is a 3 prime. 3 prime it is takes place. It is comes, it is a twisting, and it is a 5 prime, it is ending. Therefore, it is go and up means there is a intermolecular means within single molecules the interaction will be takes place. Intramolecular hydrogen bonding or intermolecular interaction will be takes place in the molecule, and this is the short stranded, short, there is a helical, double helical, but stock, and it is a claw-like structure. Claw, that is a like structure. A number of tRNA transfer RNA are purified by the primary structure elucidated. The structure has of the some common features. All tRNA have a GMP, means the transfer RNA have a gyanosine monophosphate GMP at their 5 terminal end, and there is a carbon that is adenine at 3 prime, that is we say that is a cytosine adenine at 3 and prime. This like therefore the tRNA molecule serves as both amino acids carriers and interprets the repeaters of the genetic code in the protein synthesis. The tRNA helps to help to the protein synthesis. Okay, DNA molecule prepare, that is RNA molecules supply to that is a make that is a protein synthesis. One of the loops or arms of the tRNA contains a code which consists of 3 adjacent bases called that is a anticodon. The one of the loops or arms of the tRNA contains a code which consists of 3 adjacent bases called that is the anticodon, which recognizes a codon contained in a mRNA. The amino acid is always carried at a 3 prime end terminal of adenosine. This is about that is a structure, and that is similar to structure I have just explained. Now come to that is the differences between DNA and RNA. They may ask for to ask write any two differences between adenine, that is the DNA and RNA. The first difference goes to it contains a deoxyribose as a sugar. Deoxyribose. Pentose sugar should be a deoxyribose. Here the pentose sugar should be a that is a ribose one or ribose one. Second one is it contains the bases adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine. Here it contains the adenine, guanine, cytosine and uracil. Here uracil is absent in DNA whereas thymine is absent in RNA. We can also be differentiate like that. It is a double stranded. It is a started. It is over, but it is a double stranded. It is a largely single stranded because one only single rope will be a go and it is twisting and it is comes there. Therefore, it is a RNA structure, flow-like structure. The same there is a molecule is there is a twisting and hence it is there is a single stranded structure. It has a stable to dilute alkali. It is liable. It is not stable to a dilute alkali. Means by using a alkaline solution, it is RNA DNA is a stable one, but in RNA, there is a it is not stable. It is not stable with the dilute alkali. These are the differences between DNA and RNA. So far, I have discussed about Chargaff's rule for base equivalence. Then, what are meaning of that is what is mean by that is polynucleotides, and I have explained there is a partial structure of that is polynucleotides. Then structure of DNA by using a Watson-Crick model and the structure of RNA. So I hope you have understood everything. If you any doubt, you have to there is a comment in comment box. I will answer. Thank you.